beautiful people, welcome and welcome back. My name is Deandra if you are new here, and this is a video that I've been long wanting to do, especially because we're in the summer season and we are all about, at least for me, I'm all about comfort in the summertime. Now I have bought an array of shoes, some this year, some last year, some I love so much in the last couple years that I bought more when I saw it in different colors this year, and I wanted to tell you what I feel about them. Hopefully I'll try to do match shots for this if I'm not too lazy, because sometimes I am feeling that way. And let's get into it. So as you can remember from my summer comfort staples video, if I remember that correctly, I'll link it down below. I did talk about Birkenstocks, and I'm still a Birkenstocks lover, okay? Deborah Berry, I don't know if you know her channel. I love her channel, and she's been inspiring me a lot in terms of kind of branching out, especially into the styling videos, which are coming soon. And she recently did a video with Birkenstocks on how she kind of styles it for her comfort and also to look good. And I believe the same thing. Birkenstocks can be comfortable and they can still look really good, depending on if you know how to pair things together, the type that you get, because I personally believe Birkenstocks are kind of versatile. However, I do have my grungy ones, so those are the ones that you're gonna see first. These are my workhorses, so you're gonna see a lot of wear in them, if that makes any sense. So hopefully it doesn't look too bad on camera, but this is one of them, okay? And I tried to clean it up as much as possible, but I mean, these are my foot imprints. That's the best I can say. These are a nice neutral brown pair, just regular everyday up and down. And then I have these, which is a nice thong black pair, and I'm actually thinking I need to get new ones, mainly because if you can tell at the bottom, the cork part is starting to kind of fray, and also I don't like it when the rubber starts to look like that. So as you can see, I kind of am lopsided on one side, but yeah, this one is still pretty decent. So this may have to serve for probably 1 or 2 more summers, and then I'm gonna have to get new ones. But I've had these possibly a year or 2 already. I did have to replace these beforehand, so these are sort of kind of new, and the brown ones are even newer, to be honest, because I need to have those 2 colors in my closet from Birkenstocks no matter what. Next are these beauties. I love these 2 pieces. This one is actually suede upper, and it has a nice silver buckle, and this is the only one, am I telling the truth? Correct. This is the only one that has a white interior. It does make it harder to keep it clean, but guess what? I like it to stay white, so I will deal with that. I think this is one of the most dressiest Birkenstocks I have in my closet, and I would recommend, if you want more of a dressier version, get the suede versions, and also the ones that have a color interior. Most of the time it's white. I think they may have other colors interior as well, but I feel like those are the most dressiest, and you can definitely be a lot more versatile being just regular casual or dress up, okay? So I absolutely love these. For sure, I'm very sure all of my Birkenstocks, I got them from Nordstrom Rack, okay? So I got them on a sale. I did pay a little bit close to the full price on these, but I really like these, and these are like a nice light gray bluish color at the leather part. So yeah, they're very, very pretty. These are another like slate blue color that I have from Birkenstocks. As you can see, I took off the tag here because these are a little bit new, or I should say I haven't worn these a lot, but I have a significant amount of wear from them. And I realized, don't take out the sticker, guys. I know it's annoying that when you take your foot out you see the price tag on there, but it's sticky. It just feels uncomfortable walking because it's sticking onto your foot when you're walking in them. So now I no longer take the stickers out, the price tag out. But yes, this one is definitely pretty. I don't wear it a lot because honestly I don't really gravitate to it often. I'm not really much of a jeans girl, but when I do wear jeans, this is it. We're getting to the home stretch for the Birkenstocks. This one is another one that I actually started wearing this year, that I had in my closet for almost 2 years, that I just never touched. Honestly, I'm liking it now. I mean, I liked it before, but when I saw it in person, I was just like, oh, it's a bit too shiny. It's giving off a little bit cheap. I don't know. I'll keep it. You can never not have Birkenstocks. For me, they're essential. So that's what it was called, Summer Comfort Essentials. That was the video. I've been wearing these a lot lately, especially since I've been wearing a lot of silver sunglasses, silver suit jewelry, and they just look magnificent in the sunlight a lot with my outfits and so forth. So I've been gravitating towards this a lot this year. As you can see, the foot imprint is not that striking, because although I've had it for almost 2 years or even more, I just literally just starting it in the past couple months. Alrighty, these are the last Birkenstocks I'm going to show you, and I was tempted not to show any jellies, but I wanted to show you this because they are kind of an everyday comfort staple for me, depending on the weather, which is when it's raining. I don't like to have my feet covered up in the summertime at all, and especially when there's water happening, you know, and so forth like that. Me wearing my rain boots, being trapped in the heat along, even though it's wet outside, it gets hot and uncomfortable. So for me, these are beach sandals, or activities. I do bring them out on activities where I'm going to be a little bit wet. So I decided to, you know, bring them out during, you know, a rainy day, and I love them so much. The moisture does not last on these. These are jellies for a reason, and it makes it a lot more comfortable in the summer to deal with rain, especially with not having to wear a rain boot. So yes, these I love to pieces. So I say all of that to say, out of everything that I'm going to show you for comfort staples, my Birkenstocks are my absolute go-to. Okay, those are the Birkenstocks I have in my collection, but those are my they're my go-to for almost anything, unless I want to switch it up, unless I want a more dressier vibe, and I'm going to show you exactly what I go to for those now. Do you guys remember these? I know. I'm so happy that I got this, and honestly I want more, but I decided to kind of rein it in and think about my lifestyle. Am I going to get tired of seeing the same design all the time? So I did try. I bought something recently off of Farfetch, and I'll link it up so you can see what it looks like. It looked huge on my foot. It was not appealing, and I thought at least the sole was leather and everything was just rubber, fabric, and some straw, and I was like, I'm not having this. It doesn't look good. There wasn't much arch support. There's a lot more arch support on these than anything, and these are super comfortable. On those, they were, I can tell already they weren't going to be comfortable, mainly because of these Target shoes that I'm about to show you. Now, as you can see, these tweed beauties, they look very close to the Tory Burch ones. However, these I got from Target for about $35, if memory serves me correct. Steve Madden has the same exact ones. Okay, they have the gall to charge $89.95. I was tempted to think that because they charged more, probably it was better materials, all that stuff. No, it's still fabric or faux leather or anything like that. And honestly, when I was looking at the reviews, they said you can get the same thing at Target, and I was like, I already saw it at Target, but I just thought there was some quality difference because the price was different. Once I saw that, I went straight to Target and I got these. I love tweed, and I've been struggling to find a lot of things in my closet, even bags that are tweed that I love and that would work for me, that doesn't look tacky. Tory Burch had the tweed ones. I didn't see them in person, but online it was not floating my boat. It looked a bit tacky, and when I saw these, I was like, oh my gosh, they look gorgeous. They look really nice on my feet. Okay, but these were not very comfortable. Dee Bean, I know you got something like this. I don't remember the exact color that you got, but I know you got these from A New Day from Target, and you had to take them back because you noticed that it wasn't going to suit your needs, and they were uncomfortable and so forth. I would say a first time trying these on, just in case if you are interested, if the Tory Burch price point is a bit too high for you, and if you did not want to, I would recommend not paying the Steve Madden prices, because there's not a difference in quality at all. Definitely get the Target if you want this look. However, if you were strictly or more concerned about comfort over the look, get the Tory Burch. 100%. The price point is worth it. The arch support is there and is consistent throughout the foot, and it has been consistent every single time I've worn it. I cannot say the same about this. Okay? These, when you first immediately put them on, they feel great, and I wore them out. I wore on commuting, train, running up and down, and all that lovely stuff. One shoe has a little bit of different arch support than the other, so one is a little bit more comfortable. Also, the arch support is not as striking as the Tory Burch. I do have a high arch, so probably that's why I need more of an arch support. Let me show you at the side profile. It's a little bit more flatter. Also, although you do have this little raised portion here, it's not, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like the footbed of these are not designed very well, in which it caters to all the pressure points on your foot so that you feel comfortable. I think that's the best way I can put it, because at points I was just like, ooh, I can feel a little bit of gap here, like it doesn't feel good. I'm starting to feel a little bit of uncomfort, a little bit of pain. Like if this was my steady ones that I'm going to be wearing all the time when I want an elevated look like the black Tory Burch ones, I would be a little bit unhappy at times. Towards the end of the day, my feet were not screaming at all, but if I did have issues, and I know Dee Dee Bean does have some health concerns, that's why she had to, you know, let go of these. Although they are pretty, they're not going to suit everyone's needs. If you're on the younger side and your feet can take it, I am a bit on the younger side and my feet can take it, so I can wear this all day without any extreme problems at all. But I can understand why it will be uncomfortable for people, especially you're a little bit up in age and you need a little bit more support and a bit more cushion in certain areas, especially with the arch support. These are going to be a bit of a disappointment for you. However, the tweed nature of these are absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I was so happy that I got these, and I'm happy that I got the Tory Burch first in a simple plain color that I can wear with almost anything. It's black and gold. It's perfect, right? And then these Target ones are a little bit of an anomaly. It has a little bit of pattern, a little bit of color to it. So these are not going to be worn all the time, because if I was more money conscious and more frugal and I got these in the black and gold, because they do have it in the black and gold as my everyday when I want an elevated look, I would be unhappy because it wouldn't be that comfortable and all that stuff. Okay, so that's just what I have to say about these. So I know Dee Dee Bean, you were curious for someone who's a bit younger and how it would feel for them. I noticed the issues that you've seen because I felt it too, but I can bear it. Pretty much I can bear it, and it's not a drastic issue for me to make me feel like I cannot deal with these shoes at all. Alrighty, we're getting into the home stretch here. Let's talk about Sam Edelman. I've talked about these base slides for the longest. I love them. I do. For them being a flat shoe that is a slide type of design, because as you know, slides do not agree with my foot at all. These are not bad at all. Okay, I do notice, because I did buy this at Farfetch, if I remember correctly. I did notice that the base slides like this do come in wide, and I need to try it because I think it would be even a better fit for me. Because the only reason why this works, even though it is a slide, is because it has leather straps here. I can push it more on my foot to get a more of a secure fit on my foot. Okay, because I do have wide feet. This is regular, and I got it in a size 7.5 so that it can accommodate okay, my wide feet. And I think I should have gotten a medium, a wide width. I did not know they had this in wide. Perhaps this is something new because I haven't seen it before, or probably because I got it off of Farfetch, I just didn't know. But yes, I do love this. I loved it so much that I got these. I've had this in my collection about the same amount of time that I've had those base slides, because honestly, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is reminding me of Birkenstocks. I was thinking it would have a good amount of arch support. This is pretty much flat for me. There's not much arch support here, but at least your feet does fit inside. And I did get it in a 7.5. Okay, so pretty much the same size, so that it can accommodate my wide feet. I feel more insecure in terms of the fit with these, which is surprising, because you would think that it would have more space because it's built a little bit more substantially, right? I'm kind of contemplating getting rid of this. As you can see, I have not worn these, and you may be wondering, how do you know how they feel if you have not worn these? I've worn them in the house, and I did not feel secure enough to wear them outside. Before doing this video, I tried them on again, and I really love how they look on my foot, because I really do like this cream color. I felt like a pure white and this would look nice. As you can see, it does look different in terms of, not just because the bottom or the sole is darker. They do look different. Even the construction, they are different. And I felt like this reminded me, because these reminded me of the Orion Hermes sandals, just with the ease for Sam Edelman. And this reminded me of like the dad sandal version of the Orion sandal, the one where it has like a strap, an extra strap at the back, that Velcro strap up top. It reminded me of that a little bit, which is like a little bit more of a comfort, or more comfort conscious version of the base slide, if that makes any sense. I don't know, I think I may have to try this in a wide, and I hope I can get it in the same color to see if this works for me. But I am tempted to sell this, but I'm gonna see if I can just try it, not commuting, just like walking to the car, doing errands and so forth, see how that feels, if this is just going to be one of those car shoes for me. But in terms of like a comfort staple, these are not it. Alrighty, last Sam Edelman are these. If you guys remember, these are the Linny mules that I got. These are like a nice Gucci dupe. They have the loafers and the mule that are a nice dupe for the Gucci ones. And these are the first ones that I've worn. I have not worn the white ones yet. And I think when I'm making this video or uploading this, the Chanel ones that does not fit my feet at all, that I got in a 7.5 because they didn't have it in a wide, I think I'm going to be selling them because they were final sale. I'll be putting it up on the Macari website. So if you are a 7.5, narrow foot, not wide, and you're interested, you can see them on there. But yes, I wore it for the first time. My goodness, I wore it outside just once, and honestly, it was not bad. I did notice going up and down the stairs, I was a bit loud, like you just hear clap, 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 clap all over the place. But I don't know, they do feel really good on. I did feel a little bit insecure walking up the hill to the train station in these. Like I felt like my foot was kind of sliding out. I don't know, I don't think it's too big, but I just think it's because it's almond toe. Perhaps my foot is not getting all the way in. I don't know, it's like, it's weird. I feel like on flat surfaces I'm fine. That's what it is. On flat surfaces I'm good, but when I'm going up a hill, down the hill I'm fine. Going up a hill, I don't know, it just looks like, I feels like I'm not that secure in these. So I feel like these are not going to be a shoe that I'm going to be commuting in. Is that a mosquito? I hope it's not a mosquito. I'll kill it, but still. Yes, these are not a shoe that I thought these were going to be good work options, especially like in spring, like late spring, when it's almost turning into summer, whereas that weird in between weather, and also fall. I thought these were going to be really great options for me, for work. I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. I think these are going to be for leisure walking, meaning not rushing, going to work and all that stuff, running up the stairs and all that stuff. I don't think, unless I have to break them in, they don't seem to be the best options for that. But as I said, on flat surfaces, they're good. So a little bit of a disappointment. And honestly, I did say if these work out very well, I would do the loafers. A part of me is thinking I should still try the loafers because you would have the backing and you shouldn't have that issue. But I'm gonna have to think about it and see how these work for me a little bit more before I make that decision. They look really good on my feet though. And they're comfortable. They are comfortable. I don't have no issues with that. I did not feel any pain or anything like that. So if you were considering this, if you feel more secure with them, if you are able to try them on in store, definitely you would not have a problem. They don't really have arch support, but I feel like the heel gives it a slight advantage so that you don't feel like you're completely flat. And as I said, I do have a high arch, so this was perfect for me, and perhaps that's why I didn't feel anyway. There was no pinching at the toes, there's no pinching here when walking. And for all the other loafers or even mules that I've tried from many different brands that are shaped like this, I've always had issues here. It hurts like hell. So that's why I know I got the right size and the wide fit is the best for me. However, I don't know why when I'm going up a hill or just walking upwards, I don't have that security. That's the only thing. I don't know if it's just that I'm just not used to a mule, because I don't have mules in my collection at all, really. Perhaps that's just something I'm gonna have to be used to. But yeah, that is that. Alrighty, so we're getting to the home stretch here. I hope this is informative for you, especially for those who have wide feet. I feel like this video is going to be catered for those who have wide feet and have been struggling with their summer shoes. I have been struggling with a lot of array of different things, especially boots, because I have wide calves. On top of that, on top of having wide feet, I have very wide calves. So boots are the hardest thing for me to get, and so I would spend money on those. I don't care if it's $300, $400. It fits, it's of good quality, and usually it's of a good designer. It's not like a luxury designer at all. It's a regular designer, and they do good shoes, but they cater to the wide calf and it fits, and I take it. Now sandals are the second category for my feet that is most troublesome in terms of me getting things that fit and look cute on my foot and have comfort at the same time. I have been told from my grandmother not to get really dainty and strappy sandals because my foot is really hefty. So the footbed trend has been really helpful for me, but not all the time I want a shoe like that, or a sandal like that. You kind of want something a little bit more on the lighter side. And this one it may not show all the imperfections on camera, but there's a lot of imperfections. This is from Colehaan, and it is a strappy leather sandal. I bring this out on every vacation. It has a leather snake print, which has like a gold sheen to it as well. I wish I got more of these, and I've been scouring their website to see if they have any more, or this design still at least, and you can't find it at all. I also tried department stores to see if they have like last remaining that would be, you know, pretty inexpensive at this point, and I can't find them at all. And so I'm kind of just stuck with this one, and I hope it lasts forever. But as I said, it may not be showing up on camera, but there's a lot of wear and tear on this because I wear this to a lot of events, to a lot of vacations. It is a staple in my wardrobe, no matter, every year, each summer. I need to get these. I need to wear these rather. I think I got this in a 7, not a 7.5, and it was perfect because these leather straps work perfectly for me. And I noticed a strappy leather sandal works best for me, as long as it's secure. You have a way to secure it. If it's going to be anything else like a slide or something like that, it's not going to work. And these shoes are the next and last shoe that I'm going to say that I would recommend for you guys, not even if you have wide feet, but just in general. These are, I'll put the name down below because I don't remember, and I got this from Nordstrom Rack. This is their like knitted Oxford looking shoes. I remember when I was younger in high school, the Oxford look for girls was coming out and I loved it to pieces, and I could not participate in it because it was never bought for me. Now that I'm older, I don't care if it's out of style, I love this. But knitted shoes, I decided to do a knitted shoe because I felt like it would be good for the summertime, where it can still be closed toed, especially for me who works in the lab, although this is still breathable, so if chemicals go on this, I'm screwed. But depending on what I'm doing for that day, I can wear a knitted shoe and be closed toed in the lab, or if I'm going someplace else just casually and I needed a nice looking summer shoe and I did not want it to be leather because, as I said, I want breathability in the summertime, these are wonderful. I wore it, I had it in my collection for almost 2 years, and I wore it for the first time last year when I went back on the train, commuting by train rather, and I love them to pieces. I was like, why have I been having this sit in my closet for so long? And of course, because I loved it so much, I got it in every other color since then. I have the white, okay, and I have worn all of these that I'm showing you. I got the navy blue and I got the black. Now, as you can see, they all look the same. They do have one, I forgot the name of it, I'm gonna link it down below, that looks kind of similar to this, but the sizing is completely off, and I'm so glad I tried it in store. I tried to store in the outlets. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cheap. It's like $40, and usually this is like almost like $60, like on a sale. So I was just like, oh, let me try to get it here. $60-$70. I think I got all of these around $79, to be honest, on sale. They're not cheap, but it's colehaan, so I mean, you know, but you may think that it's knitted, it's not leather. No, it's no. So I tried it in store and I was like, oh my gosh, $40. I've never seen it that low, 40 on that 40 range, and the sizing was off, and I was like, okay, this is not it. It didn't have the brown trim. That is the indicator for me. That is the different design. So I'll link a picture if I can find it, if it's still available online. And as you can see, I have worn this. As I said, I've worn all of them. This one I love to pieces because, well, I love them all, but I love the fact that they put it seamless and that it's black on black. So this is black leather tabs and leather tongue here, and the laces are black as well. For the white ones, these are like I feel like they were more crisp white, but now I guess since I worn them out, they got a little bit more ivory, but it's okay, it's fine. They kind of have like a tennis shoe looking to them, and they do have a little scuff on them since I've already worn them out, which, listen, shoes are made to be worn. This one has a silver backing, which I feel kind of gives it a bit more of a youthful vibe, and it has a silver tongue with white laces. The first beige one that I got has gold on it, which makes it a bit more seamless because I don't think it would look nice if it had silver. Oh, and it has a gold tongue here. This is the one that I bought in a 7.5. All the others since then, I got my true size, which is a 7. These still feel fine, but I do like the closer fit on the 7 for sure. And of course, the navy ones has a silver backing, and you couldn't realize on the others, so it does have the colehaan sign here. And I don't know if you notice on the others, it does say colehaan on the tongue here, and this is a silver tongue. Now, I love them all to pieces, especially when I'm wearing like a corporate look to work, where I'm wearing like a blazer or a corporate jumpsuit or whatever the case may be, and I need a simple shoe and I don't want to wear a heel. It's perfect. I don't really wear these casually, but I did want them as well for certain dresses that I had, that if I didn't want to wear shoes specifically to work, or if I were traveling, say if I went on like a European trip, I have these if I go anywhere in Europe in the summertime, these are going to be my go-to walking sneakers. Okay, I don't really in the Caribbean, When I don't really walk much, to be honest, in the Caribbean when I go travel, unless I'm doing a nature activity, and usually I'm either barefoot or I'm wearing more secure jellies because it's, you know, water sports or whatever the case may be. And if I'm doing a sneaker, it's because they tell you to wear sneakers because it's going to get dirty, and I don't wear these are my nice sneakers, okay, my nice summer sneakers. So this is my review on shoes that I bought for comfort. Some of these were not bought for the purpose of comfort, but I wanted to give you a review and an update of how everything has been working for me. Some things have been winners, some things have been a little bit of a disappointment, some things are probably not the greatest fit for me, or probably need to try a different brand. I thought Edelman for those mules was going to be perfect for me, and I'm sad to say I really don't like that, because I bought it for the purpose for going to work. If it wasn't for that, and honestly, I don't see myself gravitating to that style casually, like every day, just, you know, going for errands, or I mean, I can bring that on a European trip or something like that, but, or if I'm going to the Caribbean, I'm going to church, I can bring that for sure. But I was not thinking of that. That was not the purpose of me buying it. The purpose was for work. So that was a bit, that I would say those were a bit disappointing because of the purpose that I bought it for. And also these Edelman ones were a bit disappointing, but I've had this in my collection for a while now. I just need to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I do want to point out it is pretty comfortable when you put it on, but I just don't feel secure in it. I just wish I felt more secure in it. And also these Target shoes, they will do if you want to be more money conscious, but just bear in mind, if you are wanting extreme comfort, not a care in the world type of situation, granted nothing has ripped, nothing, I feel like these are pretty decently made, to be honest. This is fabric, so I mean nothing on it is leather, is rubber, man-made materials, and all that stuff. It's worth the $35, definitely not the $89, but if you are wanting both the design, the trend, the style, along with the comfort, Tory Burch for sure. I have not tried the Coach ones yet. I know Dee Bean got the Coach ones and she loved those. She didn't get Tory Burch, so apparently those are really good for comfort as well. I personally didn't see much art support on them online, that's why I never bought it. Although there was a tweed one that was calling my name with the orange and pink and ivory. It was really pretty with the brass C's, but it was looking a little bit like it would be too flat, pretty much. And I like arch support, but I'll see if I can try it in store and see what that looks like. Hopefully this is not too long. Hopefully I can edit this down to probably like 15 minutes. And please let me know what you guys think.